Hello. If you are here, you probably already know what SmokeDs system is. But if not, in very simplified way to describe it, our cameras detect smokes, sends the footage of the smoke to our service and data analysis center, which immediately notify you about the potential threat by using our software. Alongside that, the software itself provides you with few tools that helps you manage a potential crisis situation, which uncontrolled fire may be. In this video, I will show you one of such tools we hand to you, which is a web application. And what is it exactly? It is a browser-based online service that gives you access to numerous features, including but not limited to receiving notification and history of alerts, display the live view of private and public cameras, manage your institute's cameras, control PTZ camera if there is one assigned in your institute, and many more. It is designed for professional consumer that usually has dedicated person or maybe even an entire department involved in fire prevention in certain area. To start with few words of explanation, because I know I've mentioned the word institute or institute cameras a few times. Institute is a base name for organization account we create in SmokeDs system, which is linked with cameras that are being installed to watch over your area of interest. Here in settings, you can display your institutes and public cameras and choose which you would like to see in your live view tab. This also serves as an administrator panel that allows you to hand out different roles, assign alert recipients, etc. Let's move to the live view tab. As mentioned, here you can see your cameras and perform different tasks with them. For example, you can start a slider show. It's a very simple way to display your detectors one after another more smoothly. It also utilizes your screen resolution better so we can see more. We can, for example, use the digital zoom. Nothing fancy here, simple yet effective tool that adds to the pile. Next, we've got the detector time-lapse. It's a super useful tool. It usually takes under a minute to generate one. We were gonna showcase the one that was already generated. And what it does, it takes around 10 of previous uploaded frames from the detector, puts them together into a short video, and this is essentially what we get. Oh, this is some kind of night one, so let's actually create a new one so I can show you the function when it's visible. Yeah, so the purpose of this feature, if there would be a smoke on the screen, we would see it clearer. We would see potentially how it starts, its tendency, if it's rising or getting smaller, which direction the smoke is being pulled to, and yeah, it's just another set of information we receive that could help us make proper decisions in a situation where every minute could count. And this would be an example of a smaller time lapse, which, as I said, it's just from 10 frames. And under request, we can also create a package of much longer ones if you would ever need one, for example, for analysis purposes, as we keep the footage for at least a year, and in some cases even longer. So this would be the time lapse on the screen. 10 to maybe a little bit more frames packed in 4 seconds. Yeah, and that's essentially it. Next, we've got the weather conditions. It's the temperature, precipitation, air pressure, wind speed, another set of information that gives you an insight of certain cases you may deal with, assume wildfire risk, its potential behavior, which is thought it may be convenient to have this information incorporated within the app for quicker and better decision making. Last but not least, it's an option that shows you a detector on the map. It is almost the same. I will show you. I will show you the full version in a second. But this function was added here in case you would work with multiple detectors, potentially multiple fires cases at once, and you would need a quick glance of what this particular asset is observing, what's ahead. Maybe perform a quick research of reported wildfire location, uh, surroundings, etc., etc. And yeah, that will be it for the detectors functions. Um, we've got some displaying options. Uh, also, which actually brings us to the PTZ cameras. It's an absolute game changer for both early wildfire detection and situation awareness. But as you can see in a moment, this is live. This is a continuous transmission. Detectors updates its frames every 2 minutes, which is also the case with PTZ cameras on the live tab itself. But here we have continuous live broadcast. Camera is currently in scanning mode. If we don't do anything, it just moves. We can control it. We can zoom out. Just like here, the camera is equipped with 30x optical zoom, giving you a great margin to see potential threats from miles away. We actually recorded a separate video about the PTZ camera and its functions, and if you would like to see more about this particular part of the web application, feel free to check it out on SmokeD YouTube channel. Also, if during this video you would have any questions and you don't have an assigned point of contact in SmokeD, feel free to reach out to an email provided in the description. But moving forward, next we've got the map. You have seen some of it already. It is same as in live view, although here we can see every public and institute detectors being displayed. Just like before, you have few layers to choose from. To have some kind of diversity when it comes to the informations you can get from it, as well as just to increase the map readability. There's also a metric you can use to assume range between objects, and also if your institute has its own division of the area that you would like for our system to display, we can add it as an extra layer. Actually, I think I have a public displayable case. I can show you that feature on. So this is essentially the layers I was talking about. This is a version without it, and with it we can also go to the world imaginary to see it a little bit more detailed. And yeah, that would be essentially the map. If you have some kind of control room, dispatch center with multiple screens, it may be super useful to have it to have the map displayed on one of the screens. Last thing I want to show you are the alerts. Also simple interface, starting with 2 taps on the left, unverified, and the other. In other, you basically have history of all of the alerts you've marked to display in here from the settings. And on unverified, if you have an assigned dispatcher from your institute, he will get the alert first and he can decide whether to send it uh, to all of the alert recipients of your institute or dismiss it as a false positive. This is an extra option that's usually turned off, so the communication usually goes from camera to server to our 24/7 data analysis center to the end user, which is all the alert recipients. And when the option is on, we've got pretty much the same, but before it gets to the end user, it goes to your dispatcher first. And moving to the data about the alert itself, we've got the identification, which is mostly for use for our use. Below, we've got estimated fire location, azimuth, which the alert is pointed at from the detector we are observing, and estimated location of the fire, which we can immediately open on the Google Maps if it's needed. We can also open it on the map incorporated into the SmokeD web app. Here we can also see the estimated location on the map, and from this point we can display this current live view of the detector the alert was from to check on current situation, because of course there's a chance that we are displaying an alert that was previously sent to us. And going back to the alert itself is being updated every now and then until the smoke is gone. Just as you can see, this is the same alert from 3 different frames, and that's pretty much it about the alerts, because we can see the history of the alerts, some different cases. And that's essentially the SmokeD web application. I've mentioned this is one of the few different solutions we may propose to you, as we usually check on your infrastructure. How can we make communication between devices, your internet, power capabilities, and so on. But major advantages for web application that highlights it from other solution is that there's no need for external software installation on your devices. All you need is a Windows or iOS device with internet access. It can be used in a dispatch center, displayed multiple times on several screens to have a better insight of a situation. For example, you can put a live view tab on one screen with a slider show on, map on the second screen, PTZ camera preview on the third, giving you an option to quickly utilize web app tools. Other than that, it is super simple to operate, although we always plan a demonstration alongside with short training for our consumers. Web application doesn't really require it. By spending some time on the application on your own, you'll quickly learn most of the features by instinct. It is also developed, the updates come in without interruption for your service. It gives a certain margin for customization, like with map layers I have mentioned. And that would essentially be it. If you would have any more questions, reach out to your SmokeD representative or use contact info we have added to the description of this video.